Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law does he hide it in sunrise and sundown. Him a go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment, of the sinner man them in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God Jah love the way of the righteous, and the way of the sinner man them always and always are go perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. Remember that in a this time where twos and threes meet in the name of the Most High Jah, and there's so Jaja there. Come, let us gather around. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on comfortably, we know that all ingredients have come to cook. Ingredients of different colors and flavors and tastes come together in one unison and are able to produce one sumptuous meal to be able to deal with your nutrition. That is all that the black pot is about. It brings about unity, agreement, and also brings about development. It's about the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Now, the good thing is that we normally don't criticize on this show, but if we must criticize, there's only one reason for which we will criticize, and that is to build and not to destroy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and we are ready to do our work. My name, Blakk RASTA. We're live on Pan-African TV, live on Loud Silence TV, live also on Ghana Web TV, and live on our own TV, Black Empire TV. My brother, my sister, via satellite. Yes, satellite. We are all over the continent of Africa. We are the champions of Pan-Africanism, and each time we come up, everybody is ready for us. Yes, that's why your business will do so well here. Pick up our numbers and hit us on WhatsApp, call us, send us a message, so we can do business. In the interim, my business is today's business. What is the first thing I would like to look at? It looks like the daughter of Aisha Huang is here. Aisha Huang, the spy cocoa virus. This is Aisha Huang, the queen pin. People say kingpin. Queen pin of Galamsey in this country. Illegal mining. So disrespectful of our laws and our people. She's full of tricks. She was married to a Ghanaian ghost in 2007, who she married in China. My brother, my sister, they looked for this Ghanaian, couldn't find a Ghanaian. He had a passport, yet he didn't have a face. My brother, my sister, now she's up to it again. She has another Ghanaian husband in Kumasi who's a businessman. But it looks like Aisha's spy is not an ordinary person. Watch this. China is using Aisha Huang to deplete Ghana's cocoa production. And this is Dr. Norman, and he's alleging. Come along. He's alleging. Security analyst Dr. Ishmael Norman has urged the government to take the matter of the Galamsey Queen Aisha Huang and other Chinese nationals arrested for engaging in illegal mining seriously. Why? What does the story say? My brother, my sister, according to him, Aisha Huang and her Chinese accomplices have been sent by the Chinese government to destroy Ghana's cocoa sector. Speaking in a City TV interview monitored by Ghana Web, Dr. Norman alleged that China, which recently started producing cocoa, wants to replace Ghana as a cocoa production hub in the world. I like to take the position that Aisha Huang is bigger than we are actually saying. And it will one day come out that Aisha Huang was actually an operative working both for the Chinese government and herself. China is now becoming a big player in the cocoa business. It tells you that it has an agenda. China has always had an agenda when it comes to Africa. They know our leaders are weak. They know our leaders cannot let go of a nice-looking Chinese woman. They will take the bait. They will go for the sex. They will go for the money. Dr. Ishmael Norman couldn't have said it any better. They will go for the looks. They will go for the sex. They will go for the money. My brother, my sister, later in the show, we will look at the last part of it. Going for the money. This is Dr. Ishmael Norman. He's not a little boy. He knows what he's talking about. Remember on this show, we talked about this several times. Blakk Rasta was probably one of the first people to talk about China and Aisha Huang coming into this country to deplete our cocoa and turn around 360, go to the EU and tell the EU, hey, we have the same Ghana cocoa and even better because ours is not polluted, after coming to help pollute our cocoa. Remember when the EU came out and said, we've given you so much money, Ghana, to produce better cocoa, but your cocoa is polluted. I was the first to come out and say, bring the jigsaw pieces together. And the puzzle was demystified. China intentionally sent this woman here and some other nationals, bloodthirsty vampires, to come and destroy our cocoa industry, destroy our land, and turn around and supply our same cocoa to our biggest sponsors. After so many years of dealing in cocoa and becoming the world's renowned when it comes to cocoa production, the sweetest cocoa in the world, the history of our cocoa has become checkered. Tete Kwashi went all the way to Bioko. Yes, Bioko, B-I-O-K-O, in Equatorial Guinea, Bioko. Today, it's called Bioko. In those days, it was called Fernando Po. And mystically, he was able to smuggle out some cocoa beans into this country. Today, the original Bioko cocoa is no more there. It's depleted. How did it get depleted? Through mining activities. Same way they are reintroducing into this country to destroy the only cocoa breed that we have. But China has been able to, in quotes, multiplicate it, or better still, duplicate it in China. And now they are running to the EU and telling the European Union, oh, it's true that you said Ghana's cocoa is polluted. Oh, we have one that is not polluted, the same Ghana cocoa. If you can get it from Bioko, they can also get it from Accra and some other places. My brother, my sister. So Dr. Ishmael Norman has hit the nail on the head. Now, something he said which we need to look at. He said that, watch, our leaders are weak. Watch it. They know our leaders are weak. They know our leaders cannot let go of a nice-looking Chinese woman. They will take the bait. They will go for the sex. They will go for the money. Kweku Baku told us point blank that, hey, they are going for the sex. Sex is happening. She has actually videotaped them, the so-called political bigwigs, the big players in politics in Ghana, caught them on tape having sex with her and 5 other Chinese prostitutes she imported into the country from Guangzhou and Beijing. Today, my brother, my sister, the jigsaw puzzle has been demystified. China is actually supplying cocoa. Ghana cocoa, not just any other cocoa. And looking forward to supplying it to the EU and beyond. Now, interestingly, a couple of days ago, Fifi Boafo, the PRO of the Cocoa Board, Ghana's biggest cocoa institution, official cocoa institution. The PRO came out to tell us that, hey, right now cocoa farmers are bringing water from their homes to water their cocoa trees because the water bodies have been polluted by what? Galamsey. Illegal mining. Aisha Huang and her accomplices. Our water bodies have been Aisha Huanged. Environment, Aisha Huanged. Everything is depleted. So if you water your farms with the Aisha Huanged waters, what happens? You have polluted cocoa, which the EU says they don't want. So they bring water from their homes to water their farms. And interestingly, our water bodies are still polluted. Recently, they came out with some politics of water bodies. Oh, this river is not polluted. Even if it's polluted at all, it's not polluted by Galamsey. The most important thing is that it's polluted. River Tano, Wager Dam, and all those other places are now at the mercy of Aisha Huang and her accomplices who are here as spy viruses for our cocoa. Those of you who know about viruses, they eat into the very fiber of the content, deplete it, and make it useless. Today, my brother, my sister, the reality is here. Our economy has depleted to the lowest ebb. We have a confused, ego-bloated president. So confused, he does not know the difference between north and south. Running around and dancing at funerals of dead old women and men. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, our cocoa industry has been Aisha Huanged. Our environment has been Aisha Huanged. Our water bodies, Aisha Huanged. If we are not careful, the whole nation would come down on its knees and be Aisha Huanged. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. I'm going to look at the next thing quickly. The next thing I need to look at, my brother, my sister, is another very interesting piece. And what is this one saying? Aisha Huang goes to jail at last. Aisha Huang is in jail. Is it true? Or she's about to go to jail. This is Aisha Huang with a Chinese accomplice, handcuffed. She knows how to do it. She will never be caught by the camera. Her head is always bowed. No matter what you do, to grab her, you lie. Per the facts I have, Aisha Huang will be prosecuted and thrown into jail. Abu Jinapo assures. Let's read. Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abu Jinapo has said that Chinese Galamsey kingpin Aisha Huang will face the full rigors of the law and spend jail time in Ghana if found guilty of engaging in illegal mining activities, popularly referred to as Galamsey. According to him, this can be made possible following the Akufo-Addo-led administration's reformation of the laws to prefer tougher and stiffer sanctions on persons, particularly foreigners, who engage in the illicit activity. So they're going to prefer tougher measures against these people now. Tougher, right? Tougher. They will prefer tougher measures now. Stiffer sanctions now, right? Interestingly, what happened? It's the same Nana Akufo-Addo government that had the big mouth Osafo Maafo, brainless Osafo Maafo, who said it will not make sense to jail Aisha Huang, and they sent her back to China. But the president came back and told us the truth. He wasn't sure if Aisha Huang was deported, repatriated, whether she flew out of the country via bird wings or via submarine, she went to China, or she even ran through our borders barefooted. What a sad situation that the security of your country is being played with like this. Is it not a shame that the whole gentleman of the land, supposedly, does not know what happened to one of our biggest criminals in this country. My brother, my sister, today they are playing games. Some stupid, foolish lawyer says that, oh, he's defending Aisha Huang because of his stomach. His wife needs to eat. His son needs to eat. He himself needs to eat. If they don't want him to defend Aisha Huang, Nana Akufo-Addo should give him a position, a ministerial position, so that he can eat. When a country is reduced into eating, stomach politics, then I wonder what we are teaching our children. Grown-ass man, Ifadate. Shame on you wherever you are. You are a disgrace to Ghana, disgrace to lawyers. I am so ashamed of you. If you were my uncle, I would banish you to hell. You are a shame to these people called Ghanaians. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, Nana Addo said now they are going to proffer very, very powerful and stiffer punishments. Have they learned from their empty-headed Osafo Mafo, who told all of us that there was no need to jail Aisha Huang? After all, it will not improve our economy. Such a useless-minded human being. And that is the man who is the advisor to the president. Not just the advisor, senior advisor. At the time, he was the senior minister with no brains. What the heck? A snake has more wisdom than this guy. Read the Bible. The Bible says that the ant is wise, right? And in some places it says that the serpent is wise. True? How many of us read the Bible? I am so sad that our country has been taken over by urchins, stomach idiots. Our politics is nothing but stomach politics. Somebody sits on TV and is defending every rot this dirty, ego, bloated government is into. And when you talk about it, you are the one they are looking for. Like Kwesi Pratt said, the day he would walk with a bodyguard is the day he will go down the drain. Now the person who speaks the truth, is very difficult for such a person to go down. There are so many admirers of the truth, even though they themselves cannot come out personally. And on the wings of that, we are able to fly the truth. My brother, my sister. So Aisha Huang is finally going to jail. The same thing has been published by Joy Online. It says Aisha Huang will be convicted and thrown in Ghanaian jail. Lance Minister. This lawyer, stomach lawyer, so-called captain, my brother, my sister, will come out and say, you are being prejudicial. They are big, big terms that mean nothing. You are being prejudicial. You are judging the case before it's judged in court. How do you know she will be thrown in jail? When you yourself said that you are just defending the person because of your stomach and that this issue is overhyped, is nothing. When your cocoa industry is dead. For so many years that you've been doing this cocoa, you are not able to produce cocoa that is self-sustaining unless the EU comes to give money. You have a minister who is supposed to be taking care of agriculture, minister is supposed to be taking care of cocoa, yet your cocoa is at its lowest ebb because of Aisha Huangization of your cocoa. What is happening? And when you read, it says the same thing. Second paragraph. It says, Samuel Jinapor said this will be possible due to the government's legislation and policy intervention, such as Act 559, which has been amended to proffer stiffer punishment to persons found guilty of illegal mining. So, when you look at this, all I see is politics. Abu Jinapor cannot talk without trying to give credit to this ego-bloated guy who calls himself the president of this country, dancing at dead people's grand. Sure. My brother, my sister, the same government that you're talking about is going to bring stiffer punishment. Under the same government, this woman was set free. During Mohammed's government, I was told she was arrested 3 times. And because of libido. Because Ghanaians are so weak-moraled. Because Ghanaians have no respect for decency. Because Ghanaians see anything yellow as sexy. Anything green or pink as sexy. Yet their own blackness, they call demonic. They will jump into any hole that is Chinese. Jump into any hole that is European, any hole that is American, any hole that is Indian. But they hate holes that are black. That is the home of the devil. I'm speaking in parables. Today, my brother, my sister, I truly would like to see justice and our laws working. It doesn't matter who makes it work. At a time, our judiciary has become a mockery. These guys wearing cat hair, behaving like cartoon characters in a Tom and Jerry, chasing each other around. They have degraded the level of the judiciary. And when we talk, they come with big Latin words. Proco square, potis, motis, nkwabum, like Akwa Ibom in Nigeria. You can't learn Chi. You can't learn Dagbani, Gruni, but you can learn Potos Nkrubus. And you come and stand there and learned colleague. Jokers. My brother, my sister, here we are again. When we return, we have more. But what is jail? Jail. Aisha Huang is going to jail. But what is jail? Some people have a different understanding of jail. Is it just any enclosure? If it's any enclosure, then all Ghanaians are jailbirds. Because we are all in jail. We have a dirty president who has maltreated us all this while. But Mumia Abu Jamal is a guy I love. He's in jail presently, on death row. He will tell you exactly what jail is in our quote of the day. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And I'm most excited to be with you. Yes, so you see what a jail is? A second by second tormentation, assault of the soul, and even more. So that is what Aisha Huang deserves. I am not a jail person. I don't believe in jails. For me, I think that, come along, for a man to go to jail, he should rather be put into a productive use. Put them on the farm. Give them good accommodation like every other individual. Let them work on the farms. Let them raise cattle. Let them raise things that people can use, especially crops. I'm a crop person, not really, a meat person. I'm a vegetarian, vegan, animal rightist. Crops. And see how Africa is going to develop. Rather than putting people in jail, feed them for nothing, fatten them like, in fact, Christmas cows. Put them on the farm, feed them, let them spend all the energy, feed them well, so that they have the energy to work. You let them know, if you are able to finish this amount of acreage, you will get out of prison, so that they don't spend all 20 years in jail. They go and plant one seed in 1 month and go away. No, you give them a quota. Does it make sense? Some time to come, people will play this tape and say, wow, the guy said something that made sense. Instead of putting them in jailhouses, feeding them and fattening them up like Christmas cows. Put them up on the farms. Give them good accommodation. So prison officers will now become special prison officers who will take people to the farm. The prisoners will be able to see how the crops will grow from the start. There will be work for agric officers now. And you see how this country and the continent of Africa will boom. How many prisons do we have in Africa? How many people do we have in prisons across the continent of Africa? Do you know how much production or productivity they can give to us as a people? Prison is a reformative institution and not a punitive system. But in Africa, it is the other way around, punitive, nothing reformative. You go into prison with one ailment and come out with 2 million more. You went there as a petty thief. Now you come out as a bomb maker, plus armed robber, plus rapist, plus everything. Think about it, brethren. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonum, where we speak truth to power. I want to thank you so much. To all our sponsors, we say thank you so much. We still need you. Give us that financial muscle so we can speak more truth to power. We are rewiring the minds of our generations to come. Generations before us failed. Our generation is in geometric acceleration into failure. The only way we can redeem ourselves is to rewire the minds. Standing on the bedrock of Pan-Africanism, whose little child is patriotism. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonum, where we speak truth to power. Next thing I would like to look at. Mugabe eulogized at Queen's funeral. Hallelujah. Kai Dodo. When this man's picture comes out, you wake up from your slumber. In Zimbabwe, hey, they call him the crocodile. In Zimbabwe, this man shook the very foundations of Pan-Africanism. He got lands back in the Lancaster Agreement and Disagreement for people. Many criticized him as a man who took the land and gave that back to his political cronies. But we want to see Mugabe as a very positive soul. He was not an angel. He made mistakes like any one of us. We still remember the Gukrahandi massacre. And we remember some other things that came under Mugabe's regime. But this is the man. Watch this. We are not a British colony. Video of Mugabe trends after London bus episode. A video of former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe trended on Tuesday, that's yesterday. Barely 24 hours after African leaders were shuffled, better still shuttled, in a bus in London when they attended the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II on September 19. Come along. Did you see that? Despite only 2 African leaders having been photographed on a bus in London as they attended the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, social media users are mocking all African leaders. Only William Ruto of Kenya and Samia Suluhu Hassan were captured in the now viral photo first circulated on the morning of September 19, the day the Queen's funeral was held. Critics say the leaders have been given instructions that they could not disobey because they were not in charge in the UK. For others, it is instructive that the United States President, Joe Biden, was allowed to use his full motorcade, but the African leaders were denied, a sign of how limited their powers are as leaders outside their jurisdiction. African leaders, presidents, who own jacuzzis and own stolen wealth and have built mansions, were shuttled in a bus, sitting down there like peasant farmers who deserve respect and don't get it. And the video of Mugabe came back into play. And in that short video, which is widely circulated right now, Mugabe is heard said, we are not a British colony. You must know that. We are not a British colony. He was responding, apparently, to a British journalist at an event in Egypt. At that point, I, as wrestled away by Zimbabwean and Egyptian security, the unnamed journalist recounted. Well, I leave that. It doesn't make so much sense. But Robert Mugabe goes on to say, Mugabe gets another bite when he's heard saying, amid restraint by security detail, what has the British to do with Zimbabwe? Who are you, bloody idiots? He ruled Zimbabwe from 1980 all the way down to 87, and then all the way down to 2007 before a palace coup that took him out. He invited me to Zimbabwe to celebrate his 92nd anniversary, and I took the opportunity to speak to him and tell him, Robert Mugabe, you have made your mark. It's time to step back and enjoy. And he told me, are you in my mind? It's the same thing I've been thinking about. And we've been talking about this. This is my last tenure. I will get out of it. But Mugabe couldn't finish his term. He was removed. My brother, my sister, he overstayed, yes. Even at a time when he was not in full control of his faculties. Greedy people, politicians still pushed him on. And that is the problem a lot of African leaders have. All the good things Mugabe did could have been marred by the overstay of welcome. That's me and him. Where did you get this picture from? That's me and Mugabe shaking hands. 92nd anniversary. Right in his office where I gave him a performance. And this was where I spoke to him and told him, Mr. Mugabe. And he told me, you are a prophet. You are in my mind. You are reading through my mind. He made a joke out of it. But when we came out, some of the politicians did not like me telling the president that he had overstayed, so he should step back. Well, that takes nothing away from the wonderful president. Today, people remember him. He could never have been put on a bus. Why didn't they give the African president horses or camels so that when, they are going there, if somebody can sit in a Bentley, or is it called a beast, whatever it is, which will want to arrive there in, what's that thing called? Camel or horse. Woo! Yes. That's Africa. We love and you like your Bentley. We want our horse. We want our camel. Right? Donald Trump said that if he was president of America, they would never have made him sit where Joe Biden was sitting. Of course, they do dirty politics. Donald Trump is one of the dirtiest politicians this world has ever seen. He says he's not a politician. He's not a career politician. But he's a dirty politician. He's made American politics so cheap. Like if he was president, there was no way they could have put him at the back there. So you sit in the front and who will sit at the back? You see the ego. He wants to sit in front. So that who would sit at the back? The shithole presidents, right? Those who are begging them for money. Silly as it may sound, it sends some understanding out to all of us who have been shuttled in the bus. The king of Malawi, with his 1 million wives, should have also arrived there, but they invited him alone and one wife. No! When he arrived in England the other time with all his wives, there was a whole motorcade some time ago, and people were like, wow, are all these his wives? Are all these his wives? But at this one, him and just one wife. Or is it the king of Eswatini? What is it? That anyway, my brother, my sister, that's where it is. Mugabe would never have allowed himself. The queen knighted him, gave him one of the highest awards for somebody like him. But he did not stay away from doing what he thought was right for his people. At a time when the whole land in Zimbabwe was taken by British and English people and so on and so forth, he came back and fought it. He might not have done the very best things in terms of distribution and other things, but he showed a great mind of independence. How many people see the content rather than the label? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo. What happened to President Nana Akufo-Addo and his wife? Were they also sitting in the bus? Were they sitting in the bus? Imagine holding a funeral. Let's say the funeral of Asante Hene. 7 million years to come. And Prince Charles arriving, the Prime Minister of England arriving, and they put them in a bus to go to the funeral there in Kumasi. Can you do that? Can you do that? Where's the prestige? Where's the prestige? But again, let's not lose sight of the fact that these are people whose prime ministers even ride bicycles. The people you go to for loan. Their prime ministers sometimes ride bicycles to work. They encourage public transport so that they can desilt their roads of choke and gutter and debris. Do you get it? They are trying to drum home a certain... My problem with that, they should have looked at the culture as well. You cannot force me into your culture. And when somebody talked, they said, you do not have the right. You are not in your country. You deserve it. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushono. When we return, hey! Woyo!
My name is Waris, but all of you know me as Comedian Waris. I come from a home where cleanliness is not only next to godliness, but a must. We seldom fell ill, and we saved our doctor this headache. At an early age, my mother introduced us to our best gift ever, PJ's Acid Cleaner. PJ's Acid Cleaner kills 99% of all germs and keeps your WCs, marbles, tiles, and concrete floors sparkling new and clean. In fact, you don't need any extra muscle when it comes to PJ's Acid Cleaner. It has all the muscle. When my fiancée, Mamiya, first visited me, I almost lost her. She didn't believe I was single, lived alone, and without a house help. Yet my house had this great fragrance and was always clean. I had to reveal my secret, PJ's Acid Cleaner, my family's greatest gift.
For bulk purchases, please call 0244 624 526 or 0262 233 243.
Am I a sumo?
Yes, Mama Radi.
And you may a king cancer, no. You have my sister Paulina and a day after.
You may a king cancer, no. You better free. Abus chapter.
Hey, babe! Sister Paulina, we're reading glasses here, China, Hebrews.
Hey, madam!
Majenkwani. Tina tet Hayan herbal capsule. A drawing Tina, but what to send me. Me ready, I mention glasses. Obroni Bessie, see clear.
Hey, no crow. Tinatet Hayan herbal capsules. A full supplement for good vision and not recommended for children below 12 years, asthmatic patients, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
A drawing baby atwa. Got Tinatet herbal shop. Hey, now wait. Tinatet Hayan.
See clear!
Actually, home, it's a beauty place for every woman. We do braids, wave caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. We do nail training here. We do braids training. We do wig caps installation. We do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
First of all, is a Jamaican. Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I was born in a little parish, a beautiful little parish called Clarendon, outside of Kingston. Everybody knows Kingston, but Clarendon is where I come from. I am a singer. I am an author. I am a songwriter. I am a poetess, and I am an actress. Right? I do the whole. I've been doing it for many years, and so basically that's who I am. I'm anything art, everything art. That's me. You think art, and you think Diana. Yeah. I do reggae music, I do inspirational music, I do cultural music, I do gospel, if you call it gospel. You know, I just do uplifting, clean music. Even the 12-year-old can listen to it. You know, or the adult, if you feel like it needs some motivation or so. The kind of music I do will really, you know, motivate you, and that's basically what I do, reggae predominantly. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, you know, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on, that, you know, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so you're crippled. You don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narrative that if a man is poor, he can't take care of and that is no good. It's not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they are good and upright men. You know, they just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nice little ranch down a Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, the GMO in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation with no Sunday.
Bed of Roses is available to the public on our platform called 16 Bars Multimedia. So on the website it will be that 16BARS M as in Mary, M as in Mary.com. So that is 16barsmm.com. Definitely. I am available for live performances any day of the week. So you can contact me First of all, you can reach out to me on my Instagram as Empress Diana, and my Diana has 2 N's, so that's Empress, which is Dianna, so that's Empress Diana. That's my IG. And also you can also send me a link or something on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the same name of our website, 16 Bars Multimedia. We have lots of work there. You can reach us there, and also you can reach us at 16barsmm@outlook.com. So that is 16. This time it's the word all spelled out. 16barsmm@outlook.com. And if you choose, when you go on our website, which is the same 16barsmm.com, you can go to the contact page and send us a message. You understand? And usually we respond within a couple of hours. All right. So that's basically it. And I'm sure at the end of this, you will have a number somewhere to contact us. All right. So that's it. That's what I do. And keep the music locked. Yes, I bless.
Nice little ranch down a Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, Lottie and moving away pantry. Give me a firm foundation.
Sorry. Oh, Doc. Yes, and you walk, Doc. I want to know your thing. Who knows why she after 20 years, no, see the young cook. So, your stomach was up, said the young. Had been so as I become. I don't cry, meaning said if you are forcing a, I don't know.
Test results natural say when you malaria when the moji.
Yeah, 3D.
Yes, malaria. Nani yem no so we no here. Tinatet tomac and a tinatet malake. Famano nano ho betono.
Malake, anything I take to Mac. I'm on my free.
Tinatet Malake, Eyama Ubia Wenya malaria fever, and a Tinatet Tomac mixture, Eyama Ubia Wenya indigestion. Yen Shishemomus Wenya malaria and Sana Wafa Edri. Not recommended for children below 12 years. Pregnant or lactating mothers should consult a doctor.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Coco show.
I was caught laughing behind the scenes, My friend's mother gave birth to 12 children, and they are saying, family planning, why? Too much. This is a 38-year-old woman, Mariam Nabatans. They call her Mother Uganda. 38 years. She has 44 children. I hear she's pregnant with twins. So in the next few months, the number will go to 46. At 39, before she reaches 50, she can build a whole city. The most fertile woman in the world, Mariam Nabatans, all the way from Uganda. Wonderful woman. Interesting. Congratulations. The interesting thing here is, I don't know if I should be saying this, she doesn't remember the names of all her children. So you know how she calls them? Hey! Then you turn and you go to your mother. Interesting, isn't it? Like, anyway. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kuku. Show them where we speak truth to power. Next thing I would like to look at very quickly. I'm going to spend just a few seconds on this. Sponsorship or conship. This is a company called Mara. They have all of a sudden come to the aid, in code, not ace, aid of the Black Stars that needs sponsorship. The Black Stars qualified for the World Cup, right? They're going to be playing Brazil. Yes, in a friendly. Am I right? It's a friendly. Hallelujah. My brother, they have been looking for a sponsor all this while. In Ghana, they wait until you are holding the fruit before they give you a ladder when you don't need it. That's how it is. We all of a sudden have forgotten who food your part there piano. It means when you are climbing a good tree, that's when they push you. No, you can climb the best tree in the world. They will watch you until you hold the fruit up there. When you don't need the ladder, then they bring it to you. Mara has decided to come to the aid of the Black Stars. We should be applauding, isn't it? But the Bank of Ghana has something to say about Mara. Bank of Ghana says what? Established since 1957 in independence. Says what? Black Star's new sponsor, Mara, is not licensed. Hey! Hey! Come along. Let's read it. What does it say? It says, Ghana Black Star's new sponsor, Mara, a non-bank financial institution, has not been licensed by the Bank of Ghana or the Security and Exchange Commission, SEC. They are not authorized to trade in cryptocurrency or bitcoins or any other non-bank financial services in Ghana. Joy Sports can confirm. On Friday, 9 September, the GFA signed a one-year sponsorship deal with Mara Mataverse, worth $1 million American dollars ahead of the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup. That's it away. How many people remember NAM1? How many people remember NAM1 and number could pair? NAM1, the same time 2 years ago, had gone to sponsor the Black Stars too, and he signed the same amount of money, $1 million. We all were happy. All of a sudden, Bank of Ghana came out. SEC came up. Hey! It's not licensed. Blah, 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 blah. And today, NAM1 is history. My brother, my sister, is this sponsorship or conship? Have we done our homework well? I'm not sure about Mara, but with NAM1, I know that now they say they can't find enough laws in Ghana to prosecute him. And this one is coming from IOCO, Economic and Organized Crime Organization. IOCO. Their boss says they can't find enough laws. So what was NAM1 doing? Sponsorship or conship? Mara is not licensed. How come Mara has gone all the way to sign an agreement with the Black Stars to sponsor it? What business is it into? Do we care about money laundering? NAM1 proved that he was doing some gold business. Even though we doubted him, at the end of the day, he had made enough money in Dubai, bigger than how much money he took from Ghana. So at least he was involved in some genuine business. True? How many people understand what I'm saying? How about Mara? Have we investigated it well? Or we are going to rush into it like we did with NAM1? Just questions. Sponsorship or conship? What can they do to legitimize, regularize Mara? That was how they failed with NAM1. They could have regularized and legitimized it, following some steps. But no, they broke down the neck and killed the cow that was providing the milk. Dash it away. Next thing I want to look at, and this is going to be very quick. Hey, Ghana beyond aid, more aid for development. It's a paradox. How many of you understand some literature? Ghana beyond aid, more aid for development. Who can translate it into Twi? Ghana beyond aid. Ghana en here more. Oh, ye here more bebre say ye dibeye mpuntu ejuma. My Twi has really improved thanks to my 15-year stay in Kumasi. Student of TI Ahmadiya Secondary School, Kumasi, for 7 solid years. Right after that, went all the way to Kwame Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology, for 5 years. How many years? 13 years. So not up to 15. I apologize. This is what the Information Minister of Ghana is saying. Come along. Come along. Watch this. When Nana Akufo-Addo first raised this subject, he was mocked. Gradually, the world is catching up with the concept. May it succeed. And what is the concept? This is UNDP Africa. United Nations Development Program, sorry. And what is it saying? Watch this. It says, Africa beyond aid is not about Africa without aid. It is about doing aid and development better. It is about fostering investment for growth. Did you listen? Did you hear that? It is about doing aid and development better. What's the meaning? About doing what aid? You are saying that you are beyond aid. Your goal is that you will be self-sufficient. That's all. No semantics. No politics. Now you are saying Africa beyond aid is about doing aid and development better. And you are at the door front of the IMF and the World Bank. For what? For what? For what? For what? Such jokes must stop. I don't know when Opon Nkrumah became a politician. First, he tried to tell us the difference between deportation and repatriation. Now, it is about Ghana beyond aid, which all of a sudden has become doing aid and development better. How are you developing? By going for more aid? What a shameless bunch of people. That's the way. What is this? Last thing I would like to look at. Is that the last one? And I'm taking you to Tamale. PATORANKING shines light on Northern Ghana music. PATORANKING is a Ghanaian schooled Nigerian artist. He attended school in Ghana. He's presently in Ghana doing some work. I like him so much. You know, he said when he dropped out of Cape Coast University, the radio program that kept him alive, it was therapeutic, was my show, the taxi driver show on Hits FM. He said it some 4 days ago. That's what he said. He gives credit where credit is due. While some people will say, oh, Blakk Rasta is high on some marijuana and he's speaking jazz, some other people were able to derive some therapeutic values from the power of the show. This is what PATORANKING says. My show with Fancy Gadam introduced me to the real world. Nigerian artist Patrick Nnaimeka Okori, popularly known as PATORANKING, has disclosed that his show with Fancy Gadam put him on the map. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And look at the story. As per the Nigerian Act, he couldn't comprehend how Fancy Gadam could pull over 20,000 people into one stadium. The incident that took place at the Fancy Gadam and PATORANKING show introduced me to the real world. It showed me that things like that could happen. And when you read the story, it goes ahead to say that whilst 20,000 people were in the stadium and it was packed, 60,000 more people were at the gate struggling to come in. I remember this show was hampered because of some accidents that happened in Tamale, the place of my birth, and they had to postpone it. 60,000 people were at the gate while the stadium was already packed. This is Fancy Gadam. Love him or loathe him. This is the guy who is doing a lot of magic in the north. So many great artists have come out from the north, like Serena Issa, Sharif Ghali, and the rest. If your name has not been mentioned, it doesn't mean that you are being disrespected. There are so many great artists from there. But a lot of them do not get the necessary shine because it is an area that is almost cut away from the rest of the nation, far away from the capital, very dry. People see that place as a war-torn area. Oh, people there are not very civilized. And you would hear most of the time people saying, oh, that means they don't easily understand things. When they want to cheat somebody from the north, oh, they are that means they are ready to cheat you so that you accept everything that they say. My brother, my sister, PATORANKING is shining the focused lights in the north. It's time for us to give some attention to the north. Fancy Gadam has done his part and is still doing more. People like Macasio are also there doing things. you know, and some other wonderful youngsters there are coming up strongly. It's time for us to give some attention to the North. With all respect to all the pioneers and those who are still there, Prince Okla, Shushan Boy, you know, and all of us who come from the North and started doing music in the North, like Rocky Dawuni. I want to close on this note. Follow me. Time to go. I want to love you again and again and again. I love you. I will never leave without telling you that today is Nkrumah's birthday. Kwame Nkrumah. May his body, mind, and soul rest in perfect peace. Those who denied us of Kwame Nkrumah, those who took Kwame Nkrumah away from us, Africans are very, 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 very much running around and hovering around their throne. They all recently ran to the funeral of the Queen of England, who together with some other people came together and removed our greatest hope in Africa, Kwame Nkrumah. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday, Osajefo. We love you. Forgive us wherever you are. Let your spirit openly touch us as it's touching us. Let it touch us more. Hey! Woyo!